Is critical thinking the most important skill you'll ever learn? Well, it would take quite a sound argument to prove that. After all, there are so many other skills we rely on a daily basis to succeed at life and work. It would be difficult to choose one over another. My simple reason is this: critical thinking affects everything else that we do. Have you ever wondered why people believe things that are blatantly crazy or get sucked into business ideas which are so obviously a scam? And if they can hold ideas which are so clearly false, can we be guilty of the same thing? Of course we can. But how does this happen? It's all about what we take in. There is a concept in computer science called GIGO. Garbage in, garbage out. It's the idea that if your input is flawed, your output will be just as flawed. In other words, if you feed a computer poor information or flawed data, you're going to get flawed results. Our brains are no different. Our decisions are based on information, and if that information is incorrect, so will our decisions be. Our decisions are only as good as the information on which they are based. When we think critically, we decide which information to trust and which information to reject, whether at work or at home. We might need to decide whether a team has come to the actual root cause of a problem or just found another symptom. We might need to decide whether that article on herbal remedies was helpful or hokum. Critical thinking will be involved in every decision we make, from what we choose to eat to which service providers we elect. Instinctively, there will be things that we trust and those that we don't. And sometimes those instincts are correct, but often they're wrong. Critical thinking teaches us to challenge our instincts, not to dismiss them outright, but to question them and see if they stand up to scrutiny. It also teaches us to challenge our doubts.
In fact, there's a great school of pedagogy that says the only way we actually learn anything is by confronting our own misconceptions.
To be more open-minded.
I'd like to keep an open mind, but not so open that my brains fall out.
It is the skill of holding off on a conclusion until we are more certain. And just like any other skill, we need to develop it. People are not born critical thinkers. We are educated and trained in it, and it requires practice to make it into a habit. We need to be shown where we have cognitive biases or logical fallacies in our arguments. We need to be taught how to judge whether a source is credible or kooky.
Is this some, fake news alternative site thing, or is it, the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times? I mean, the source really matters.
We need to practice coming to conclusions based on evidence and not just instinct. Now, if you've listened to this and thought, well, hang on, how do you know that? How do you know that we can't just make decisions based on instinct? Good. That's an important part of being a critical thinker. Be skeptical of what I am telling you. But being skeptical alone is not enough. We need to investigate further. So I encourage you to do just that. Investigate critical thinking. Try and find out why we believe evidence is so important in coming to our conclusions. There are many great resources online which you can find to help you through your critical thinking journey, but it can be a little bit overwhelming. So if you need help, we're always here.